it's Presley at ActOutGames.com here, and today we will be doing Traveling Through History with Doctor Who, featuring Shakespeare!
Yay!
This episode was called the Shakespeare Code, and in the episode the globe had 14 sides. There's a lot of debate whether it had 14 sides or not, but in the episode it did. And they explained it as that they used the 14 sides for a portal for aliens to come to planet Earth, or alien, which people, kind of alien, well yeah, alien witch people.
Yeah. So do you think that's really why it was 14 sides, or do you think there's another explanation?
There's probably another explanation because there are 14 lines in a sonnet.
Yes.
So that could be because if sonnets were played, the 14 sides would be that, or it could just be built like a circle-y thing and they just put 14 sides on it.
Yeah, one of the explanations I saw was for acoustics. Somehow, the 14 sides would help with acoustics, which makes kind of sense. And the sonnet thing makes sense too. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
We watched a CrashCourse video on Romeo and Juliet, in fact 2 of them, and we learned about iambic pentameter, and it's putting emphasis on a syllable.
Do you want to give the definition of iambic pentameter?
Yes. It's basically putting
well, that's John Green being silly.
Yeah.
But so here it is.
Shakespeare's sonnets are written predominantly in a meter called iambic pentameter, a rhyme scheme where each sonnet line consists of 10 syllables. The syllables are divided into 5 pairs called iambs or iambic feet. An iamb is a metrical unit made up of one unstressed syllable followed by a stressed syllable. An example of this would be goodbye. A line of iambic pentameter flows like this: ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom.
Okay, do you want to read this line in iambic pentameter?
Here are some examples from the sonnet in iambic pentameter. When do I count the clock that tells the time?
When do I count? Okay,
I can do it. When do I count the clock that tells the time?
Very good. So Shakespeare wrote his sonnets.
Here's another one.
Pentameter.
Daddy, I want to go to shake and shake.
That was John Green's example.
Yes.
Daddy, I want to go to steak and shake. We've been working on this vlog for we've been reading the Shakespeare stuff for a while, and we got this like
a month ago.
So do you want to read some of the sayings that we got from Shakespeare?
Yeah. Knock knock.
Who's there?
In a pickle.
Ooh, that's a good one. Not slept one wink. Do you get that one?
Yeah, you just like haven't slept all night.
That's a good one.
Vanish into thin air.
Break the ice. Do you know what that means?
It's like an icebreaker. It's like meeting someone for the first time and doing something, yeah.
And break the ice.
Icebreaker.
The green-eyed monster.
Which is, I recently learned, is jealousy.
That's right.
I have never heard that one in any of the 9 years of my life. Have you actually heard that before?
Yes, that's how I told you what it meant.
Oh, why does that have to? I have never heard that.
Do you know what that one means?
Wear your heart on your sleeve?
Uh-huh.
I have heard this once, but I totally forgot what it meant.
So it means that you show your emotions really easily.
This is one I hear.
Wear your heart on your sleeve.
Okay. This is one that I hear a ton in Doctor Who. This is too much of a good thing. Which makes it's so good. It's probably like a trap or bad or whatever.
So in the Doctor Who episode, the Doctor did drop lines a lot from Shakespeare.
The world is a stage.
The world is a stage, and then Shakespeare would be like, "Oh, I like that," and so and then
he said something which he didn't think Shakespeare had said before, but Shakespeare already had. And he's like, "Hey, that's mine," and then he's like, "Long story."
So that was fun. We found
dead as a doornail. Dead as a doornail is a good one, but whenever someone says dead as a doornail, I'm like, it can be dead. It was never alive in the first place.
So one of the activities we did is we started with the word William Shakespeare, and what did we do then?
Something. I'm going to read the thing to you, and I'll give you a little bit of time to guess what we did, and then I'll tell you what we did.
Okay.
Winter's Tale, Iambic Pentameter, Love Labour's Lost, Lady Montague, In a Pickle, Actor, Macbeth. Sonnet, Hamlet, April 26, 1564, that's his birthday. King Edward's School, England, Shakespearean poet. Elizabeth I, Annie Hathaway, Romeo and Juliet, 8 kids. So I'm going to pause the video and guess what I did with these. If you guessed that we took the words William Shakespeare, wrote them down, and then made a word off of each of them, then you are correct.
So we had fun with that, just looking up Shakespeare facts and then trying to find them that started with each letter. Yeah. And I think we did pretty good. Another activity that we did is we watched Midsummer Night's Dream, like an animated version. And then I also got this book, How to Teach Your Children Shakespeare, and we talked about that a little bit. What did you think about Midsummer Night's Dream? Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
What did you like about it?
5,000 times. Well, the main thing I liked about it was the donkey man here, because he was fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked the whole plot thing, and I liked that Puck was the character, because I know a friend who had a cat named Puck, and I thought he was named after like a hockey puck. He was crazy, like.
You hadn't heard of Puck before?
No, I've never heard of Puck before we watched the thing.
In this book, he suggests that Midsummer Night's Dream is kind of like a Harry Potter novel, where ordinary teenagers encounter a magical world and it changes their life forever. But Presley disagrees with that.
Yes.
Do you know why?
Well, first of all, if you read or watch both of them, I would recommend reading, because sometimes movies suck compared to the actual book or play or whatever, and you won't find very much of a comparison. They both have magic. They're similar. They both have kind of teenagers. I guess they're similar, because the characters in Midsummer Night's Dream I thought were like around the 20 age. Although the characters in Harry Potter, one of the oldest you'll see is like 17, 18. While the oldest ones we'll see on here, like the oldest main character in here is around 20, 22 or so.
And so they use a different kind of magic. It's not fairies in Harry Potter.
It's wandy magic in Harry Potter, and it's fairy magic in that. Well, a lot of things have magic, and that was kind of like saying Percy Jackson is copying Harry Potter, because they both have a little bit of magic in them. Yeah,
so it's too general of a relationship.
If Shakespeare's was all had wizards in it, and they would fly on brooms, and they went to a school in London, then that would be a lot like Harry Potter, and J.K. Rowling would have done it. And then you could say J.K. Rowling was copying Shakespeare, but no, I don't think there's too much of a similarity to those at all.
It's too general of a similarity, what he's saying. Okay. So in the Doctor Who episode, they also referenced Harry Potter when they said words change history, and then they said
Expelliarmus, which I'm not completely sure why they said Expelliarmus. It is the disarming spell, so if you said Expelliarmus at someone, they would drop their wand. I'm not sure about other things they're holding, but they would drop their wand. And I'm not 100% sure why they would have said Expelliarmus. It would have made more sense. That is, if he was teleporting rich, then he could say Avada Kedavra, or Avada Kedavra, which is the killing curse, very, very forbidden. Or he could have said whatever the apparating spell is. He could have pretended to apparate it or such. I'm not sure why it was Expelliarmus.
It's just interesting that they also referenced Harry Potter in that episode too, and this book kind of talks about Harry Potter too. So maybe other people see similarities in Harry Potter.
I do not.
Shakespeare. No. We'll have to ask J.K. Rowling about that.
Yes.
If we get a chance.
I doubt we will ever get a chance to talk to J.K. Rowling.
We might not. In this episode, on the Doctor Who episode, they mentioned that the Doctor has 2 hearts, and I'm just watching the episodes from the Traveling Through History, and I haven't watched every single Doctor Who episode. And so
you need to do that. You know what? No watching any more Traveling Through History with Doctor Who without watching the episodes before it, because we don't want spoilers happening.
Yeah, no. So I didn't realize the Doctor had 2 hearts, so I had to turn to Presley and said, he has 2 hearts?
I'm like, yeah, duh. You've learned that about he's mentioned that about 50 times in that one season, and he's mentioned it like 500 times in the whole of Doctor Who.
And why does he have 2 hearts?
Because he's a Time Lord.
Okay, why do Time Lords have 2 hearts?
Because they're not humans, and 2 hearts help with their regeneration energy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
See, Presley's a Doctor Who expert, and I'm just learning. So.
I'm actually not sure if they help with the regeneration energy. I just suppose it helps with the regeneration energy because, but yeah, he has 2 hearts. All Time Lords have 2 hearts.
This episode, obviously, we could talk about Shakespeare for months and months and months, but so we're really behind on this, but we decided we should, like we do a lot of our homeschool stuff, we talked about Shakespeare this year, maybe next year we'll hit on it again and go a little bit deeper. So I think this is enough Shakespeare for now. We watched Midsummer Night's Dream, we talked about Romeo and Juliet. What else did we do? We
did quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We did the palm thing. We
talked about iambic pentameter.
Yeah, we did like a lot of stuff. I really enjoyed this episode. I don't know if it's one of my favorite episodes since there are a lot of good episodes in Doctor Who history like Doomsday, The End of Time Part 2 and Part 1, Impossible Astronaut. There are a ton of those, like Angels Hate Manhattan, that's a really good one. There are a ton of really good ones, so this is a really good one, and I might say it's one of my favorite Tenet ones.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if it would be a favorite all-time one because Matt Smith has a lot of really good ones.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!
Bye!